Okay, good morning, folks, and welcome to Morning Update. A historic date, no doubt about it. I shut off my TV last evening. I didn't expect a leave vote. I mean, the talking heads had everybody believing that the tide had changed. I was watching the Bloomberg poll. It still showed that the leave camp had an edge, but most of the pundits were talking more about the betting houses and how they were more accurate. So a lot of manipulation in the media, and it didn't work out. The globalists took it on the chin today, and this is just the beginning. We have a vote that is going to occur this Sunday, a referendum in Spain, and that's their decision as to whether or not they want to deal with the austerity placed upon them and stay in the EU. So this just may be the beginning of really an unraveling over in the EU. And that's why I didn't want to just simply have a knee-jerk reaction, put together a video before the market opened, before I saw how the day was panning out. I expected a rally. The question is how far, how fast, and whether or not we would peter out. So let's take a quick walk through the averages. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down 2.4%. It did rally off the lows of the day. It has given back some of those gains. Now what we need to see is whether or not we take out the day's lows either today or on Monday. If Spain votes to leave the EU, you could bet we're going to be breaking down a lot harder. The transports down 3.16% on the day, coming very, very close to historical support. Remember, FedEx missed on earnings and sales. Rolling over on Stokes, horrible chart. The NASDAQ composite down about 3% on the day, well off the lows of the day. Let's go to the intraday chart, see how we are poised to go into the afternoon. Let's use a 1-hour chart. All right, so we rallied up to 4,800. 4,800 is now acting as resistance. We were down as low as 4,715. The S&P 500 off the lows of the day, but still very close to those lows. Lower highs on Ultimate Oscillator, lower highs all over the place on the indicators. So it's still early in the day. And as I always like to say, it doesn't matter where the markets trade intraday or where a stock trades intraday. What matters is where they close. So it's still very early in the day to make a call on what we're going to do on Monday or how we plan on wrapping up our Friday. We may do nothing and let the markets do what they will as we proceed into the next trading week. Now, if we see a rally, a very strong rally into the close and above support levels, that may mean that we need to take some of the short positions that are doing well today off the table. IWM down about 3%. Off the lows of the day, bounced off of the 3 standard deviation Bollinger Band, which you would expect it to do, found resistance at 114. Volume is very high so far today. Intraday chart, 1-hour chart. So here's our rally back off the lows of the day. We've petered out. 114 is resistance. I think odds favor bears at this point in time. Energy. This is a weekly chart, but it really shows you in great detail how much resistance we have above. We've had 1, 2, 3 weeks of chopping action at this resistance level. Not good. Volume is rising this week, but still well below average. So that takes us to one of our watch stocks, which is the ERY. ERY gapped higher today. It is testing support now. Ideally, we close near the high of the day. Higher lows and Ultimate Oscillator, hooking up on Stokes. We'll keep an eye on ERY. We may be sending out an alert this afternoon, getting long of ERY. The banks, no great shock here. I would not be a buyer of the banks. If we close where we are today, we have a head and shoulders setup and a breakdown. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And here is our neckline. Let's call 22.26 our neckline. Where are we right now? 22.35. So we're right there, just above it. Platinum Metals Group was higher earlier. At current, flashing a doji star formation. We have a breakout on the day after a strong consolidation. I think PLG moves higher. We're going to remain long of PLG, folks. Potash, trading along with the remainder of the market. I'm going to hold on to this one. I still see commodities doing well. So I think this knee-jerk reaction is a mistake by the markets. I think that potash could possibly rally back, if not today, next week. USLV, our long position on silver, off the highs of the day. The jury is still out on how we'll close today. The question that I have on my mind, do we pull back and fill the gap, or do we rally higher and break through resistance? You can see that Stokes are hooking up, RSI hooking up and breaking out, volume very, very good. So I think the odds favor bulls with silver. We remain long. TVIX, good price action today, off the highs of the day. We filled the gap, so that's in the rearview mirror. Stokes are hooking up, as is the RSI. We're going to remain long of TVIX. NUGT, we are well off the highs of the day. We have a breakout on RSI. Ideally, we close above this current resistance level at, let's call it 115 to 115.74. Volume, not that high today. Now, what I've been really taking a look at is the 1 hour chart. And I was hoping for a support level at the, let's call it 113.41 level to hold on an hourly basis, which it did last hour. At current, it's trading down below that support level. I'm looking for a rally back and a close above that support level. I don't know whether or not I'm going to want to hold this position to fill the gap down to 102. So we may take action on NUGT at some point in time today. Facebook, of which we are short, has rallied off the lows of the day. I'm looking forward to give back these gains to our chart. It has filled the gap. If we close higher on the day, we'll need to close out our short position on Facebook. At current, we have a profit. BRZU. Now, we have a breakout point failure on our hands. We broke out yesterday. We're down below support right now. Why? The strong U.S. dollar. I'm going to hold on to this position. I'm not going to add quite yet, so BRZU is a hold. Lumber liquidators, consolidating. We may get long of lumber liquidators some point in time today. Small position, though. We want to stay small in this environment. Quickly back to our IWM position. Well, we're short of IWM using the TZA. Folks, when it comes down to the SQQQ position and the TZA position, which puts us short of the triple Qs and of the Russell 2000, we want to see how this market closes. If it closes near the lows of the day, we're going to remain long of our short positions. And with regard to NUGT, I'm looking forward to recapture this support level within the next 45 minutes or so and close back above this support level. If it does, we're going to remain long, because I would bet that we're going to get a rally into the close. If we close down below this support level or resistance level now, we're going to have to think about taking some NUGT off the table, book some profits. And that's the game plan, folks. Try not to do too much intraday trading. This is a very, very volatile market. It's really a truly historic day. So please don't get shaken out of your positions. Again, what matters is not where the stock or your indexes trade intraday. What matters is where they close, and more later on today and over the weekend. Folks, everybody have a profitable trading day. Be well.